My name is Dorothy Cornelia Sajay, and if you're a new one here, welcome. If you know me and you've seen or followed my journey, I've been in Canada. I came here as a student and I've been here trying to juggle everything, live life, thrive, survive, and try to make Canada my second home. It's been crazy, it's been hell. I settled in, I got hooked to this place, and now my lease has been terminated and I have to move out. And when I came in 3 years ago, my rent was $750 Canadian dollars minus utilities. You get that with just a Wi-Fi. And I remember blowing most of my money, most of my savings up with the Airbnb I moved to because I had to move two times. So unfortunately for me, when I got in, right, school had already begun. So it was more like you have to get a space and keep moving because fortunately classes were online, but I had to catch up because I didn't start with the rest of the class. Because when I got my visa, school had already begun. So it's more like back to back to back. So I didn't really think much. So when I even got in, when I got the Airbnb, I didn't even know where to even start from looking for a place. So a friend of mine in Alberta, shout out to you, Becky. She was like, honey, get on Facebook Market and start looking for a place. And I also didn't know where do I even start from? Because honestly, I'm a Ghanaian, but when you talk about Canada, apart from maybe Vancouver and Toronto, we don't really hear of the cities and the towns here. So when I even came here, I used to call this place Barrie because Ghanaian English is Barrie, Barrie is Barrie, but it's actually Berry. So it took me a while to even adjust to the name calling of where I actually live at. Interesting, right? Yeah, exactly. I used to call the place Barry. Just Barry. So yes, as she said, let's go back into the story. As she said, go to Facebook Market and start looking for a place. I was like, okay, I'm gonna use my school as a point to know because I really am a student. I'm coming in here, and my main priority is school, college. So I'll prefer getting to a space that is closer to my college, at least. So I used the school as a point. Started looking for places around Georgian College. Yeah, I've graduated now, so I can boldly say I am an alumni of Georgian College in Barrie. Yes, sir. Pretty good school. So I got on Facebook Market and people were leasing their rooms. Even if it's an apartment, they don't show you the entire bill. They just show you a room and tell you, oh, it's going for this amount. If you're interested, DM, call, and everything. So I saw one that looked very good, plush, I guess. And the lady was like, yeah, I mean, you can come and look at the place, but if you like it, the other things that you need to go to. I mean, I went through all the process. Let's say getting a guarantor, making sure you have your first and last deposit and everything, but it was going for $750. It was on the high price, if you ask me. So I remember because when I was coming to Canada back then, my budget was anything between 400 to 500. I mean, I'm just saying because I was thinking, okay, you can get to rent a place for like $300. So I mean, we're just estimating, so I didn't know much. So when it hit me 750, that is way over my budget. So I was like, can I afford this? But I fell in love with this space when I entered here. Yeah, it's a very okay room for me as a student, just single person, in love with the space. I entered, it was super clean, and I was like, no. And it was closer to the school. It's like 5 minutes walk from the school. And I'm like, okay, I don't have a car. I don't even know when I was gonna get one. And I didn't know about the bus system yet because, like I said, we're having online classes. So I didn't even go for orientation for me to know that I have students access to the bus and it's free because it's already paid for. I didn't have that prior knowledge. So mine was my hustler's instinct took over, and I was like, I just need to get a space where no matter what, I can still go to school. No matter whether I'm broke, I have money for transportation or not, whether it's winter or not, I can still get to school because if we're going to start in person classes, I'm not ready to miss anything. So I was like, it's on a high price, but it cuts out transportation if it's 5 minutes walk from the school. And hey, so I remember telling my auntie about it, and she was like, "Whoa, 750, is that not too much?" And I'm like, well, I don't have much for now because I had blown most of my money on the two Airbnbs I was living in before I actually got a space. So, honey, it was brutal. So I know how hunting for a place is firsthand here in Canada, especially in Barrie. So I told her, I mean, I can cover the first and last because, yeah, I mean, I have enough to cover that. And the plan was just look for a job, hoping I'll get one soon so she doesn't have to worry. She came through for me and we got a place, and I was so happy about it, right? I moved in, I had my own bathroom, at least. At least. That is the catch with this place. Everybody has his own bathroom. If you have a room in an apartment, you have your own bathroom. I feel like that was a selling point and it really, really worked. At this day and age, who wants to share her bathroom or his bathroom? I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but it was just nice that I had that, It's just nice. I moved in here and the rest is history, if I can say that. It's been it's been a hell of a ride for the 3 years. I won't lie to you. Back and forth, the drama with flatmates, crying. Sometimes I go to bed without eating because you have to pay bills, you have to pay school fees, you have to eat, sometimes not eat anything at all. Sit here, cry to God, being depressed in this room. Thing I like about it because it was closer to the school, and also security was good because I'm a student, I'm a woman. I wanted to actually be with my peers. I wanted to feel secured, and I think it worked for me. I did my first certification in this room, my smart serve, because I was trying to get a job and I needed that. I remember applying, doing my interview, and hoping and praying that I get picked or called back. And I did get that. And I remember getting so much excited, like my first job in Canada. I was like, yay. And it's all happened in this little space. Me wanting to start my YouTube journey again, it was in this space. Me getting overwhelmed mentally and understanding and finally admitting that at a point I was super depressed and I needed to talk to somebody was in this room. You know, understanding that, coming into a full realization that I'm no longer in Ghana, and actually, my dream of relocating abroad is real. Like, I have jackpot. Sometimes you just wake up in the middle of the night and go like, oh wait, I'm in Canada. Oh, it's not a dream, it's real. All the jitters and the heartbreaks and falling out with friends, family, ending some relationships, friendships, understanding that you got you, God got you too. Everything happens in this room. And yeah, the restrictions, the rules, you can smoke, you can party too hard, all these things, yeah, and the limited privacy because you can really do much. I mean, yes, you have your space, but you can make some noise at certain times. I can't really shoot my content if people are home because I really need to talk loud enough. Place will always be a part of me, and I'm now getting into it. That I'm actually leaving. Funny enough, right? I started looking for places and everything, and for some reason, I was like, you know what? Let me just stay back a little bit. And guess what happened? I went back to for them to see if they can terminate my lease, and they said no. They've given my room out, and I'm like, oh, because I'm already leaving anyway. So I'm like, oh wow, it's really happening that I'm leaving. Because I mean, if I'm still gonna stay back, I'm not getting this particular room I here because I'm staying because of the memories and the connection I have with this apartment. You get me? Met some wonderful people in here. One lady, I'll say lady, one young, yeah, she's a lady. So one lady that I met here that really, really was very, very hospitable, very kind-hearted, jelly. I would never forget that lady in my life. That young girl just was is a light. She, in as much as we're from different culture, different backgrounds and everything, she had a heart of gold. Jelly, wherever you are, shout outs to you, girl. I really, 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 really thank you for all that you did for me. I mean, it's the little things for me. She would check up on me, how you doing, invite me, because I mean, I was the newest member in the apartment, and sometimes it's hard. I mean, I'm okay to blend in, but sometimes in a new country, it hits you, become overwhelming. Emma, everybody, Samantha, like they were all just nice. And they make me feel kind of weird, black person in the midst of white people. And yes, I've seen white people, I've mingled with white people, but living with them, I mean, it hits you different. Like, honey, you're not watching them in movies, you're actually living with them. The language barrier, sometimes accent, because I had a heavy accent, and understanding things from their perspective. I'm heavily Ghanaian. I don't know if that makes sense. I didn't have much exposure like that. So they were very nice. They were very welcoming. They were understanding, They tried to get me involved in, school acting, school parties, introduce me to the other friends. It was fun. Nobody laughed at me. Everybody, everybody blended with me nicely. I mean, that was like my first 6 months hit hard. And all that happened here in this house. I remember one of my birthdays, I was working in a warehouse at a certain point, and that my birthday, I couldn't do much. Yes, I told everybody that today was my birthday. I couldn't do second much. And I remember coming home and they had baked a cake, they had bought drinks, they wished me happy birthday, they threw a party for me. I was like, oh my goodness, because I was not expecting anything like that. I mean, yes, my family, friends, everybody wished me, but I knew that money was tight. Priorities are right. So I wasn't doing anything for my birthday. So coming in and hearing happy birthday, Dorothy, I'm like, oh my goodness, I was not expecting a surprise party. And that was what happened. Everybody was jamming, happy. So yes, this place will forever be dear in my heart. I am packing my things. Moving on to the next chapter of my life. What to expect? I have no idea what is out there in store for me. But all I know is that I am a hustler. I am a diva. I am strong. I'm confident. And I know I will survive anything that is out there. Whether it's a bear or a mountain or a man or a monster, I'm good. I know God's got me and I know I can do this. Yeah. So let me know if you are also moving currently. And if you are, how are you doing that? Are you doing it by yourself? You're doing it family? And are you excited about it? Or, you're just like me, nervous, but hoping and praying and keeping an open heart? Let me know in the comment section. My name is Jordy Cornelius, and see you in my next video.